So I know that 2026 is the year that everybody is ready to be living their soft life. They're ready to be in their healthiest, best space ever. And with a man that cares for you, that takes care of you, with just your life flowing, and every single day you just literally get to wake up and decide what you want to do. You literally get to wake up and do whatever you want to do every single day. I know that that is the dream and the goal for everybody, and you're going to get there. But let's also talk about the amazing lessons that you learn through your independent phase, okay? Through your solo era, through your single era. Here are the things that I learned while I was single, while I was in my independent boss babe era, before now being in my soft life era, being taken care of, having that support system, and being in a whole different mindset to where my hustle I don't have to hustle as hard, right? I get to still be creative, still work on businesses that I want to work on, still create content, but I don't have to hustle as hard because I'm no longer doing it in order to survive, right? So if you guys know my story, you know that before me being a full-time content creator, I was in the Airbnb business. And that was my main bread and butter. So that was my first business that I started when I was 21 years old. I had Airbnb units. I had 4 units in Dallas, and I had to get rid of them because the market was oversaturated. Pricing was just terrible. Everybody was getting outpriced by low budget and low pricing new hosts. And so it just didn't make sense anymore. So I got out of that business, and I was in that business for 3 years. So it did have a great run, but whenever it's time to let it go, it's time to let it go. When things are no longer profitable and it's more headaches than anything, it's time to let that business go. Okay, so that's what it got to for me, and I had to let it go because I was going into debt over it and things of that nature. So I got into a corporate job. I was super lucky to be able to get a corporate job as soon as I needed one. And that was honestly a huge downfall, though, to my dreams and my goals, because if you've worked a 9-to-5, or if you currently work a 9-to-5, you understand the struggle of literally having to get up every single day and work a job that you don't care about, put all of your energy and time into it every single day, Monday through Friday. And then once you get home, you're tired, you're drained, you don't want to work on your own things, you don't want to work on your own goals, aspirations, etc. And it's just a horrible hamster wheel feeling, right? And I knew that I could not do that. I knew that, okay, even though the Airbnb business did not work out, I need to do something different. What is something that I'm good at that people always literally applaud me for, they always compliment me on and tell me that I do a great job at, and that is my content creation. So I was like, okay, let me take content creation seriously. Let me see how I can really turn this into a business. And the same exact mindset that I had going into business is the same mindset that I've taken into content creation, okay? So this is what I mean when I say the independence and the hustle era was honestly necessary, because without it, I would not have the same motivation and drive and dedication to my content goals as I have now, right? So being by myself, having to take care of things on my own, having started a business at a young age, done many financial mistakes and business mistakes, and being able to learn from them at such a young age, as well as running a business. So having to know how to do customer service, know how to deal with contracts, negotiations, etc., legal things. That literally taught me how to now use that same information in content creation. So the same dedication that I put in on my other businesses, I am now putting into content creation. So staying consistent with posting. Almost every single day I'm posting, okay? If you see some of your favorite creators online, and this is what I noticed, I used to be the type of girl to be like, oh, I want to be a little mysterious on social media. I don't want everybody knowing all my business. I don't want to be posting everything all the time. And that's not the case. You don't have to literally share your whole entire life online. You can if you want to. I've given a good part of my life online, talked about my life story because I'm not ashamed of it. It's who I am. And my story made me who I am today, right? But that is not the case. Like, at the end of the day, if you're gonna be mysterious, you're gonna have like zero income from content. You have to be open to being consistent, being persistent, and also not being embarrassed. And so I took the mindset of business and entrepreneurship that I put into Airbnb, where I was not scared, I was not embarrassed, I didn't care how it was gonna turn out. I just knew that I had to follow my gut and do what I need to do to create that business and stay in it as long as I could. And that is what I'm doing now with content creation. I've literally taken taken that same drive of being consistent, being persistent, and not letting anything embarrass me, because at the end of the day, like, nothing is embarrassing unless you think that it's embarrassing. So people that you may think are judging you or whatever, it doesn't matter. Literally do what you need to do to get to your goals. If content creation is the vessel for you to be able to promote your business, that's what you should be focusing on, and literally putting in the work every single day to create and talk about your business online, because guess what? Everybody's online. That's how they're gonna figure out, find you and become your next client, become your next customer. So that's what I do. I literally share content that either I love, that I enjoy, things that are entertaining, things that are fun. And also I talk about my businesses as well online, because I took my content creation and branched it out to a few different things, from my jewelry line to my one-on-one courses to my ebooks, right? And so I teach people how to do what I'm doing. And then I have my own personal cutesy little brand that I have, and I absolutely love that. So I use my social media to promote both sides of the spectrum, okay? And that's what you have to keep in mind, and that's what you have to do if you're wanting to stay consistent in content. It's literally the thought of, if I am putting out content every single day, at least a few hundred people are gonna see that, and my next customer could be in that population of the few hundred, right? So if you are staying consistent, you're staying on top of people's minds, it's inevitable for you to start getting deals. It's inevitable for you to start getting brand collaborations. It's inevitable for you to start getting customers if you have a business that you're promoting. So keeping that in mind, and what I was saying about your favorite creators, most of your favorite creators, as you see, go check their page. Unless they are someone who's already in the millions of followers and they are able to be mysterious now because they already have a huge platform, most of the people that are not at that level, they are literally posting every single day. I know people that have 200K, 500K, etc., and they're posting every single day. So what is my excuse when I am not at that level yet, and I am not making the dollars that I should be making on content creation yet? Why would I be posting less than the people who are making a few, like 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand on content every single month with their consistency though, right? They've been consistent for years. So that is the thing that you have to keep in your mind. You can't let people who are doing better than you outwork you. You should be working harder than the people that have already succeeded, right? So that is the mindset that I built when I was independent, because I had no other option. It was like, either I'm gonna work hard and I'm going to figure out some businesses, I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna, I have to take care of myself. I'm in survival. No one is gonna be able to help me. That mindset has still stuck with me. And I feel like it's a blessing and a curse, because it's amazing to have that drive and have that mentality of always being able to pivot and start something new and be able to maneuver in business and be able to stay consistent in business and disciplined. It's an amazing thing. But also for the girls who are like me, who've always been such a hustler, sometimes you have to also learn how to let that go and let yourself be in that peaceful, more calm, soft, taken care of season of your life, and accept that and not see it as a downfall or as a something that's scary, right? So that's something that I've been learning as well. Is I've learned so much from being independent, but I'm also now learning so much from being able to lean on someone and being able to have that comfort zone of having a man that is there to support me and take care of me. And it's such a different change and different transition, but it's also a beautiful thing, because for someone like me who has always had a entrepreneurship and hustling mindset, that's never gonna stop. I'm always gonna be very ambitious. I'm always gonna be creative. But now I'm able to create and be ambitious from a place of like fruitfulness and a place of abundance and a place of peace, instead of a place of desperation and fear and survival. That you literally create in such different ways. Like, I have been able to get out of my box. I used to really think like, oh my God, I have to only talk about business. I have to only talk about money, the things that I know. But no, I've gotten out of my box since now being able to have that support. I'm able to get out of my box and do things that are just fun, are just cute, are just girly, are just activities that are bettering myself, self-love, self-care, etc. When I used to not have time to do those things, and I used to not really care to do those things because all I was worried about is money, 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 right? So it's honestly a beautiful, beautiful thing when you have seen both sides of life and you're able to keep yourself in that ambitious and creative mindset while you're now in a comfortable space, and also saying, you know what, past Joanna, thank you so much for everything, all the hustle, all the grind. Thank you so much, because you've taken us to here now, right? And God is telling you now, you can relax, you can calm down a little bit, you have support now, keep doing what you're doing, you've worked so hard, and now I'm here to send someone to help you so that your rest of your journey can be a little bit easier on you, and that you're able to produce and create from a good place, not a scared place, not a lack place, right? Because let me tell you, even whenever I made 6 figures off my business, I made 130K off of my business at 21 years old. So I literally surpassed the goal that I thought that I was going to be able to get from that business. And guess what? I still felt scared. I still felt like I was in lack because I wasn't used to being able to hold that much money. And now that I have held that much money, and I've also lost a lot of money, I'm able to look at money in such a different way, to where I am able to be abundant, and I'm able to receive, and I'm able to get so many payments. Now I've made a lot of money on content creation within just 1 year. It hasn't even been a year since I've taken content creation seriously. It's been about 9 months now. And I've literally made more money from content creation than my corporate job within that 9 months or 8 months that it's been, which is insane. You know, most people, they do not get brand collaborations, they don't get paid from content until years later of consistency. And a lot of times it's because they weren't consistent, so they don't get those things until later on in life. But if you're someone like me that knows how to stay focused and knows how to stay consistent, you're gonna make it in content creation. Doesn't matter what your path is. And I highly recommend for you to find your own path, okay? There's so many creators who, yes, do makeup, do hair, do fashion. How can you stand out? How can you be different? What is something that is different that you know or that you're passionate about that you can share on social media that other people are gonna stop in their scroll because, ooh, that's something new, right? So for me, I am not as much of a makeup and like hair care products and fashion girly. I love those things, but I'm not really good at content creation about those things. I'm not very passionate about it. So I kind of like just get through it really quickly. And for others, they're able to sit and talk about these products or talk about this style or this fashion or whatever. For me, that's not me. For me, I'm more so someone who, I like to talk about experiences. I like to talk about the things that I've tried out in the city or places that you should travel to next, itineraries, etc., as well as like events that I go to, things of that nature. And then also just mindset and talking videos like this. So that is more my passion, and that's where I come in as a different creator. And also I did start creating some French talking videos, because for those of you that don't know, I'm from Paris, France. So I speak French fluently. And so I started making some French videos as well, and my audience has been loving that. So it's been really cool to see that too. And I'm like, I need to stay consistent with the French videos. But right now my videos are literally circulated around like things that I like to do, fun places to try out, and then also travel itinerary ideas. And so that goes to say that you don't have to do the same thing that other influencers do that you see that have success. You don't have to do the same exact thing. You just have to find your things that you're passionate about and that you're going to be able to stay consistent with, and that is going to be your bread and butter. And if you're able to create content about those things, literally at least posting once a day, it's inevitable for your page to grow, okay? And it's inevitable for you to make money off content creation. So keep that in mind. And another thing that I wanted to talk about for what being independent taught me is being okay with being alone at times and not taking it as, oh my God, I'm so lonely, I'm so depressed, I'm so sad. No. Being single, there's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with being alone. Same thing with friendships. If you have the wrong friends in your life, there's nothing wrong with removing them from your life, because it's better to be alone than to have bad company, okay? So in my independent era, I had to get rid of my ex, and that was a very tough situation for me because we were trauma bonded and there was so much toxicity, and I had to realize I am just literally wasting my year with this person, and I'm wasting my energy, I'm wasting my thoughts, I'm wasting my creativity because I'm literally being drained from this relationship. Like, you have to know when to remove yourself from a situation, even though it's scary, even though it's hard, okay? Because at the end of the day, you are so much better and you are gonna grow so much more by yourself versus when you are around bad company. Bad company is going to make you go way lower and literally make you take 10 times longer to get to your goals, because on a spiritual level, God is not going to bless you when you have demons in your life. He's just not. And so he's gonna let you stay with these people until you realize that they are halting your growth. And once you realize that, and once you cut them off, your blessings are going to overflow. And that's literally what happened to me. As soon as I got rid of my ex, the opportunity started flying to me, and it was just insane. And I said, you know what, thank you, God, thank you for revealing, because I asked for it to be revealed and you did, and you removed him, and now look at what's happening, right? So much can change, and you can do so much when you are on your own. If you have someone who is holding you back and they are not supporting you, they're not loving you, they are not treating you right, they're making you go crazy every single day, you know, you're literally draining your energy every week about this relationship or about these toxic friends or whatever the case is, toxic family. Remove them from your life and look at how fast your life will grow. Look at how many opportunities you will get along the way, because it is just not a coincidence. You cannot have negative energy and people who are draining your energy in your life and expect to win. You're just not, okay? So what are some things that you learned in your independent era, or some things that you're learning if you are in your soft era right now? What are the things that you are learning that has helped you become a better woman or a better man? If you're watching this, if you're a man, what are the things that this has taught you in your life to now be the best person that you can be in either season? All right, drop that in the comments, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next episode. Bye.